And I tell you what I do love about the generation coming through is their intolerance of some of the toxicity that we would have just put up with because that's what you do. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't either.
And
I
it's
actually think
like
it's a great
when you
thing.
see when you see the extremes of those that maybe, I mean, okay, I might have a bit of a TikTok issue of spending too much time on TikTok. Um, you see the videos of they say Gen Z coming and attending the meeting where they're still in bed, or they've got their little brother who's attended the meeting pretending. Those are always going to be the extremes. The vast majority. My youngest is 16. He's going to be 17 soon, which is really scary because he'll be able to drive. Um, and do you know the biggest concern they have for him and his friends is finding a job. They want to work. They
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
find a job. They want to go and do a good job. They want to learn. They want to progress. They want to be able to provide for themselves and a possible future family. That's what, I mean, at 16, that's what their concerns are. That's what they're aiming
Yeah.
for. And they have huge concerns over the issues with those entry-level jobs and being able to get them. And we won't even go into the whole recruiting issues that everyone's seeing at the moment. But the majority of that generation do want to work, the
Yeah.
same as everyone else. It's when we take those extremes, those examples that end up being viral TikToks or anything else as the norm. It's a bit like the blood pressure. They're not the norm.
Yeah. I do think that people seek purpose. And so jobs provide that, right? To some extent, the privileged have
People
that
do
perspective. I want to be careful,
seek.
but
No, I'm going to say the scariest thing that I think at the moment is, here's my provocative take, is the completely out of touch, ultra wealthy who are thinking that they can solve problems by building AI, building robots. And there was a conversation with one such individual whose plan is that we all have all these robots, and then they will build all the houses, they will provide everything, they will do, and no one will have to work. And I am sat there absolutely horrified because there is no way that person has stopped working, because that is their purpose. And they have completely disconnected the desire, the need of purpose, and because they're so disconnected from normal real life, that this is going to solve problems and everyone's going to be happy because they're all going to just be going to the cinema or enjoying playing games or whatever. They're not. There was a
yeah.
really interesting experiment that was done. And I think it was with mice. It was with mice or rats, where they provided this colony of mice, I'll say mice, with everything it needed. Everything. And I will cut it down. You can Google it. It ended up in complete rodent societal breakdown. And when you read it, you can absolutely see how losing purpose would have the same effect in human society. Because otherwise, why do we get out of bed? Yes, we enjoy having a holiday, we enjoy a vacation, we enjoy our downtime. But if you took all of that away and the purpose goes, what's then left? And I tell you another one. Again, the research is there. Of those who retire without activities, without purpose to go into, and their life expectancy. So if you retire, it's not a, it's money just makes things easier. A lot easier. I'm not disagreeing with that. But it's not about having enough money, it's having enough purpose. Because if you retire with enough money and you do nothing, your life expectancy is dramatically less than if you retire and you have purpose to be going on every day. That's a really depressing thing to end on, isn't it?